Hey y'all, Kristen here, Life with Kristen, Planning with Kristen. Today is September 27th, and a year ago today, me and my daughter drove down to Riverside to get a dog. It's been 1 year since we've had Buddy, and Buddy has changed our lives for the better. We love him. He could be a pain in the you-know-what sometimes, but, you know, having a dog, you deal with the trial and error. So I decided I wanted to do a video on the things I've learned in the year of owning a dog. And some of these might be only specific to Jack Russell Terriers, but if you're thinking about getting a dog or, you know, whatever, maybe this video can be helpful towards you. I will tell you one thing. The pros seriously outweigh the cons, okay? I've talked about this many times, how having Buddy has really helped with my depression, anxiety. I even have an emotional support letter to take him with me. Luckily, wherever I take him, nobody ever says anything. I mean, in my city, people are pretty lax unless your dog is causing a problem. But he has really helped with me. And I'm like, if I knew this, I could be helped like this, I would have got a dog a long time ago. But I'll do a little backstory because we got him pretty quickly. It was a Monday when we got him, and it was that Sunday evening when I found a woman who was a breeder. Now, if you're against breeding, that is okay. I will get into that, but I just don't need it on my channel. You know, everyone has a preference. You know, even if you adopt, you still gotta pay. But anyway, and we emailed back and forth, and she said she had 3 puppies available, and she told me how much it would cost. It was $2,000. If you want a purebred dog, depending on the dog, you're gonna pay a lot of money, a lot more than what I paid. And I saw 3 pictures, and she had 3 puppies available, and we drove down there. It was like a 3-hour drive. I went to the bank that morning, got a cashier's check, and took it to her, and we met the 3 puppies. Now, it's funny, I mentioned this before, we were not supposed to have Buddy. We weren't. There was a deposit on him, and it was a non-refundable deposit. The family that was supposed to come did not come, and the lady told them, well, I have a family here, and if they want to take him, I'm going to let them take him. They have the money, you know. So we chose Buddy. Buddy chose us. Buddy kept coming to us, and he was just the most adorable thing ever. And we got him, we brought him home. We brought him home, and we were so excited to have him. So excited. A lot of trial and error, especially those first few months. But you know what? After having him for a year, we pretty much know our dog and everything. And I'm hoping, he's under the bench right now. He's tired. I'm hoping to make an appearance. He'll make an appearance in this video since we're talking about him. But yes, so I had some notes on, in the year I've owned a dog. Okay. One thing, how expensive it is. All right. So you have the price of the dog, whether or not you have adopted the dog or you paid a breeder, having a dog is expensive. Okay. So yes. And then there's always things I would recommend buying before you even get your dog. Like, if say you know you're getting a dog, okay? Like, say you know you're getting a dog on Thursday, and here it is Monday. There are things you need to have before your dog comes home, okay? One, you need a crate. I don't care what type of dog you have. You need a crate because you need a crate train. Buddy is crate trained. We have taught him to love the crate, so it's not a place where he thinks he's only being punished or whatever. Like, we leave the crate open, he goes in there to lay down, it's comfortable for him. So you need a crate. You also need a bed, you know. Then you got to buy food, and then the dog dish, and it just depends on what type of dog you have, the type of dish that you have. Depending on if your dog is not potty trained, you need pee pads. We have some still in case we travel. But it's expensive. You got to buy all this stuff before you have a dog. Then they need shots, you know. Then you got to keep buying food every month, and then, you know, keep them groomed. I would recommend, if you don't know how to groom, keep your dog groomed. Take care of your dog. If you groom yourself, have your dog groomed. And so every 4 to 6 weeks, Buddy gets groomed at Petco, gets his nails cut, and gets a bath, and gets his teeth brushed. And so it's expensive, but I'm telling you, it's worth it. I mean, I look at people that have children. You know, if your child needed to go to the doctor, if your child needed shots or whatever, you would pay for that to get done. Buddy is my son. I don't care what anybody says. Buddy is my son, and dog owners who are passionate about the dogs know exactly how I feel. I have 3 children, and Buddy is my son. But yeah, it is expensive, but I say you need to look at that before you decide you want to get a dog. If you don't think you have the funds to take care of a dog, do not get one. I think it's selfish. Make sure you are able to take care of your dog, okay? So I talked about buying before. You'll never be alone again. I know all dogs don't do this, but my dog, I've learned that if you have a Jack Russell Terrier, say goodbye to privacy on all levels. Buddy is my shadow. He used to be Haley's shadow, now he's mine. He follows me around everywhere, and you know what? I don't even get mad. I don't. I love when I'm walking and I turn around and that tail is wagging. It changes whatever mood I'm in to a good mood. But, you know, I'll take a shower and he'll just sit in here in the bathroom and watch. You know, so you'll never be alone again. You can't close the bathroom door. It's like a toddler. It's really like a toddler. You will yell at 3 a.m., go potty. You know, Buddy does not really go at night anymore. Like, he sleeps good. When we go to bed, like between 10 and 11, if he's in here, he'll sleep until the time we wake up. Yes. But when we first got him, you know, it's like, I'm telling you, it's like a baby. You know, they have to pee every few hours, and as they get older, they go to the bathroom less. But those first few months, taking him out at night, saying, go potty, because you're tired. And then they want to sniff the grass, and my dog loves chasing after frogs. We have frogs when it's like, you know, damp on our grass. And I'm just like, look, I just want to go back to bed. So you will be doing that at 3 a.m. So I talk about when you own a dog, you are going to meet holier than thou people. Oh my God. To me, it's worse than... Unknown caller. Sorry about that. You are going to be holier than thou people. I have come across my share, and just like I would tell anybody if they were talking about my human child, I would tell them to mind their business. Okay? I've come across a couple who think they know more than me because they've been a dog owner longer. Owning a dog longer does not make you an expert at dogs. Every breed is different. Every person is different. And I say, as long as you are not abusing your dog, you raise your dog like your dog has a certain temperament. You make sure they are happy. You make sure they are healthy. You are training them the way they need to be trained. In holier than thou people. Like when we first started taking Buddy to the dog park, I took him to the dog park for the first time. And I had him on a leash because I wanted to see if other dogs came up to him, how he would react, how they would react. And I had him on a leash for his safety and for my for the other dog's safety. And this guy comes up to me and he says, oh, why is that on a leash? I'm like, well, it's his first time. And, you know, I want to see how he acts. Now Buddy's great at the dog park. He runs around, then when he's done, he comes to us. And he said, what if you were on a leash? He literally said that. And I said, excuse me? And then he walks away. He's talking to somebody, talking about that's abuse, having your dog on a leash. And I say, hey, I'm right here. You can come talk to me. And he walked out because he didn't think I would respond. Holier than thou people. I've taken Buddy to my local grocery store many times. People there love him. When I don't take him, they're like, where's Buddy? And Buddy has this thing. He's very intimidated by men. I don't know what it is. And a guy passed and they started barking. And this lady, I will never forget it. She said, you have to do like Cesar Millan says and stare them in the eyes. I don't know about y'all, but as long as I've been alive, I've always been told when a dog is being aggressive, do not look at them in the eyes because they think it's a challenge. And I'm like, lady, get out of here. But you will meet those and then the whole other people I was talking about, people who adopt dogs look down on people who buy from breeders. And I don't know why. I want to tell the adoption story. Okay. So I applied to adopt a dog on that Sunday, before I knew we were going to get Buddy. And when you apply, you don't get approved right away. And some people have told me that people need to come out to their house to make sure their house is dog friendly. And I'm like, what is this? They got back to me 3 weeks later telling me, oh, you're approved for a dog. 3 weeks later. So my husband really wanted a Jack Russell Terrier. And that's what we went with. It's a preference to me. It's security. It's knowing that because the person is a breeder, you don't have to worry about abuse. Not saying that a dog's abuse cannot be trained to love, but I wanted security. I wanted safety, especially because I have children. Not young children, but you know what I mean. And I just wanted that security. So people who say adopt, don't shop, I need y'all to stop. I need y'all to quit looking down on people who choose to go to a breeder for their reasons, because I'm not going to tell you to buy, don't adopt. That sounds ridiculous. It sounds stupid. In general, people who think they're better than someone, it irritates me. But yeah, I've come across a few since owning a dog. Everyone will have advice about your dog. And you know what? And I think people mean well when they give advice, you know, and people have given me advice, like in my Instagram DMs, and they mean, I don't take offense to it at all. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like, I've asked, you know, questions from time to time, like, oh, does your dog do this? Or what do you think? And I've gotten, you know, the person I go to, the expert, I think in my opinion, is my best friend, Jamie. She's had dogs and cats for a long time. So I'll always go to her like, is this okay for a dog to eat? Is this, you know, she's my Google for dogs. She's like, don't feed your dog this, don't get that. Like, I heard about this brand, don't get that for your dog, and everything. And so people always mean well. And when I say give advice, I don't mean that they're trying to tell you how to raise your dog. I think people just have experience and they're trying to give advice. And I always appreciate it. I can only speak for me. I can't speak for anyone else. You will never win the war against paper and a dog. I have given up. I used to, no. If it's not important, no. Dogs love paper. They love the sound of it. They like how it feels. So just know that you will never win the war against paper. That's all types of paper. Toilet paper, napkins, paper towels, mail. You're not going to win. Or in bags, like bags of chips, trash bags. You will not win. So you're defeated already before it has even started, okay? Your dog, I figured out that my dog will love something one day and dislike it the next. He's very picky. There have been times where I will get my dog, like, you know, some treats or something, and he will love them. I'll buy them like 2 or 3 times. All of a sudden, he's too bougie. He doesn't want it. And apparently that's normal for dogs to just not like something. So I was like, okay. And then he can go back to liking it. It's just like, but you know what? It's trial and error. We have figured out some, sorry, Law and Order's on. I don't know why I'm turning TV off. I do have some favorites. I have an Instagram highlight of things that he steadily goes back to. And I try to keep it in there. There's times where I'll be like, oh, let me see if he likes this. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But, you know, once you find that core group of things that your dog likes, whether it's toys, food, snacks, bones, whatever, then you're good. You're golden. Because you're like, okay, my dog is happy. Same with food. They can get tired of food. I've mixed up the kibble is the same. But I will mix up the wet from time to time so he doesn't get bored. I've recently started putting bone broth in his food because it's good for the joints, the organs, his teeth, all of that. So, just listen to your dog, and your dog will let you know exactly what they like and don't like. Don't try to overpower your dog and say you're going to eat this, whatever, because dogs are stubborn. Jack Russells are very stubborn. Listen to your dog. If your dog doesn't like that food, it's time to switch it up. If you think it's really something serious, take them to a vet and they can do blood work and figure out what's going on. But most times dogs are just picky, you know. But like, if you want to be on the safe side, go to a vet if you can get in. Jesus. Melatonin for your dog is your best friend. If you have a very hyper dog, melatonin is your best friend. Okay, we give Buddy a melatonin every night. Because if not, we will get no sleep. So we give him melatonin about 8:30, kicks in about close to 10, and he sleeps. I give him a melatonin if I know we're going to be going somewhere. I will give him a melatonin about an hour before. That way he's calm in the car. They're little chewables. But melatonin is your best friend. If you want to calm your dog down, you know, there's no side effects or anything, not for the ones that I use. We've been using it since we got him, and he's perfectly fine. He's still the normal, hyper, lovely dog that he always is, but I recommend getting melatonin if you have a very, very hyper dog who does not want to settle down at the end of the night. When you're leaving with your dog and you're taking your dog somewhere, you will pack like you're packing for a baby. I'm serious. There's always, if I'm going to my mom's house and I know I'm going to be there for a while, and I'm taking Buddy because my mom has a dog. Funny story. I'll talk about that in a minute. You know, I take a can of wet food, a bowl, and then I have little travel bowls, one for water, one for food, a couple of toys, even though my mom has dog toys. Oh my God. Okay. Alarm for my daughter's school, which she's not at right now. I will take a couple toys, some pee pads just in case, but it's like you're packing for a baby. But with my mom has dog toys. She has a dog. She has like a wire hair terrier, and she has more than enough food. And Buddy always says outside he goes to the bathroom. But you will pack like you're packing for a baby, especially if you're traveling. But yeah, my mom got a dog 2 days before we got ours, and that's what really made us. My daughter saw a dog. It's like, I want a dog because grandma has one, and so they're like best friends. They love each other and all that. So, but you will pack like you are packing for a baby when it comes to your dog. You're never bored. I am never bored with my dog. There's always something to do. It's either, walking him, he loves to cuddle. He knows, dogs are very intuitive. They know when you're sad. They know when you're angry. They know when you're in a good mood. Buddy is very good. Like when I didn't show the footage, but when I hurt my ankle and I was like screaming because it hurt, Buddy came in and was licking my face. They'll do that to try to make you feel better. It just very intuitive into what you think. And I love it about dogs. But you're never bored. There's always something. Either you're picking up after the dog, you're walking your dog, you're taking your dog somewhere, you're playing with your dog, whatever. Also I've learned that my dog needs to be walked or burns some type of energy every single day. Now, I don't walk him in the summer. I refuse because 110 degrees, that is very harmful to a dog's paws, so I won't do it. But we have grass in the backyard. He stays out there all day. Jack Russell Terriers love the heat. He does have a cool place. He does have water, so he's good. But yeah, has to be walked. And it's good. I mean, it's good exercise for both of us. And walking him tires him out. I will walk him until he gets tired. Oh, another thing I learned. Walk your dog until they get tired. Then you've won. When they get tired, you go home and they are just worn out. I swear, when Buddy comes home for a walk, you would think I have a calm dog. He just flops around and lays around, and then when it's time for bed, I don't have to give him like one melatonin. He passes out. So yes. Last thing, you will always root for the dog in movies. I was not like this until I got a dog. Anytime there's something with the dog, I'm like, the dog better not die. The dog better not die. I was watching Predator, the movie, the new Predator, and there was a dog. And every time they showed the dog, I was like, if this dog dies. The dog was safe. The dog was saved. I was watching Independence Day the other day. I've seen Independence Day a long time. I know the dog doesn't die. But when they're in the fire and Vivica Fox again, I'm like, please, get the dog. So you will always root for the dog in movies when you get one. It's crazy. I'm like, okay, a person can die. I'm just like, okay. If a dog, like, no, somebody get the dog. Stop the movie. I'm going to go get the dog. It's funny. Anybody who owns a dog probably knows exactly how I feel. Those are things I've learned within a year, and there's not many cons for me. But if there's cons or whatever, it's the money spent. But I mean, if you have the money and you treat your fur baby like your human child, sometimes they will interrupt everything that you're doing because they need to go out and go potty, and I have to drop things. So it takes me longer to do things because, like, if Haley's asleep or Alyssa's asleep or Aaron's busy, like, I'm the one that's doing everything. I'm like, okay, I gotta let him out because I don't have a doggy door. And watch him because Buddy loves to dig in my grass. So watching him and Buddy loves to get into things. I'm like, you got a basket full of toys. I told like a baby. Buy them toys, they want the box. So to me, that's really the only con, is taking longer to do things because you have to deal with your dog. Con about my dog, hair everywhere. My dog is a short hair terrier, and it's crazy because short hair Jack Russell shed way more than the long hair terriers. That's crazy to me. My mom's dog does not shed at all. Buddy, there's probably hair all over my shoulder right now that I don't see. I have to vacuum like twice a day, and he sheds a lot. But you know what? I would rather vacuum 100 times a day than not have my Buddy. I would. But yeah, those are things I've learned in a year, and I want to try to get him and show him he's sleeping. I don't want to make him mad. But let's see if I can get him in this video. Hold on. He doesn't want to come out. He's tired. But there's my love. There's my Buddy. Hello there. He's very tired. But yeah, that's our Buddy. And we love him. Okay, I'll leave you alone now, okay? All right. All right, well, that is the end of the video. We saw a little bit of Buddy. He's tired, so he did not make a long appearance, but he did. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. And for everyone who always sends me messages on DMs about how much they love Buddy, thank you. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and do that and turn notifications so you're notified every single time I upload a video. And I will see you all next time.